Hey guys, welcome again to Honey's Kitchen. Today I'm going to teach you how to create this caramel apple crumble cheesecake. So keep on watching. For the ingredients, I group it into three parts: the crust, the filling, and the toppings. So let's start with the crust. You need 2 cups of graham crackers. I crusted this in a food processor. If you don't have a food processor, you can put it in a big Ziploc and roll it in a rolling pin. 1/8 cup of brown sugar, 1/3 cup of melted butter. For the filling, we need 450 grams softened cream cheese, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of white sugar, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of ginger powder or ground ginger, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 2 green apples peeled and slices into thin. For the toppings, we need 1/4 cup of rolled oats, 1/4 cup of flour, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder. Then we also need a caramel sauce to drizzle on top. I will link on the description below on how to make your own caramel sauce. So let's get started. I preheated the oven for 350 degrees, and then let's start with the crust. It's so important when you make a cheesecake, you always have a spring form pan. Spring form pan again is like this because cheesecake is so delicate and it's so hard to remove it, so you need a spring form pan. And then you lightly grease your pan. You can use a spray or you can use a melted butter. Set it aside. And then in a bowl, you mix together all your crust ingredients: your graham, your brown sugar, and the melted butter. If you didn't catch up my list of ingredients, I comment in the description below all the ingredients that I need. You mix it together until everything is mixed and the mixture is like a wet sand. While mixing it, I noticed that it's not coming together, so I add about 2 tablespoons of butter, melted butter, to make it like go together. This is not my own recipe. This is a recipe from Tasty, and I just remake this one. Then you pour it all on your spring form pan. Spread it evenly. And then using a measuring cup or a flat surface glass, you press it gently. Make sure you press it evenly and gently. So the crust will not separate from each other and will go together. Okay, and then bake it on your preheated oven of 350 degrees for about 5 minutes. Now it's time to make the filling. In a mixing bowl, you mix all together the filling ingredients except for the apple. So let's put the cream cheese, the brown sugar, the white sugar, the cornstarch, the cinnamon powder, the ginger powder, and the vanilla extract. And then we will just mix it all together. So this is our cream filling. If you don't have a machine, you can use it by hand, but make sure you mix it properly. Now let's proceed to the toppings. Now it's gonna make our toppings. For the toppings, you mix all the ingredients except for the caramel sauce. So we have the oats, the flour, the brown sugar, the cinnamon powder, and the melted butter. And you just mix it properly all together. So here you go. And then we will just wait for our crust to cook for 5 minutes, and then we're gonna assemble our cheesecake. So we take out our crust from the oven, which we bake for 5 minutes. Be careful because this is hot, and you don't have to turn off your oven because you need it later after we assemble our cheesecake. So we're gonna start to fill it. You put first your cream filling, and spread it evenly. I need a little bit help here. Spread it evenly. Do not burn yourself, guys, because the pan is so hot. Make sure that the cream filling is evenly spread. And then you lay all your apples. So you start from the middle. So this will be the apple look like. You just spread it in a circle motion, and the 2 apple thinly sliced is just enough. After spreading your apple, you put the toppings evenly on top. And then you put it back in the oven with the same temperature, 350 degrees, for about 30 minutes. So after baking for 30 minutes, you let it sit down in the counter, let it cool down, and then chill it for 4 hours. So after I chilled it for 4 hours, we remove it gently from the pan. And then you drizzle it with the caramel sauce. Drizzle it with the caramel sauce. Again, guys, I'll put in the description below the link where to learn to make my homemade caramel sauce. After you drizzle it with caramel sauce, you slice it gently. Make sure you go through at the bottom. And there you go. Our very pretty caramel apple crumble cheesecake. So here is the finished product of our caramel apple crumble cheesecake. Hope you're gonna recreate this at home and you're gonna learn from our recipe today. I'll link all the ingredients below, and please don't forget to like and subscribe and comment in the section below. Thank you again for watching, and see you on my next video.